Hello everyone, this is Let's Talk Plateau, and with me today is Simon, and we're going to be discussing something that is very important. It's a narrative that has been imposed on the people of Plateau for so many years, and I believe you will find this very interesting. And what am I talking about? Is the average Plateau man lazy? And today you will find out. Simon, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Yes. So let's go straight to the point. Is the average Plateau man lazy?
As for me, it's a no. It's a no because first, let's establish a fact. Most people that have held onto this notion, they always refer the entire Plateau men as just men. And Jos did not make up Plateau State. Jos is just 2 local governments or 3 local governments out of 17 local governments. So people who hold this notion only have interfaced with maybe mostly people from Jos City itself. So if you have interfaced with people within Jos, I think it's wrong for you to now use your interfacing with to generalize. It's wrong. Now, if you say lazy, I still find the concept. The concept lazy, to me, is if you say somebody is lazy, to me it means maybe there's available opportunity for the person, and the person refuses to go into it. But as for me, I think it is wrong for people to, because this narrative is a narrative that I've been hearing. Is the one that happened last 2 weeks. It's not new. It's a narrative that I've been hearing time without number, and I think it's the right time. Those that really knows that this narrative is wrong, it's the right time for them to come out to say no, this narrative is wrong. Now, in Plateau State, when you talk about farming, let's go into farming. Our people are known for farming. Now, focus, mango, what comes out from there in terms of a product of Irish contributes to feeding 80% of the Irish in Nigeria. Is cultivated, that is feeding the entire Nigeria. It's being cultivated in Plateau State, and this cultivation is being done by men. If a state that produces over 70% of the Irish that feeds the entire nation, will you call such a state, or will you call such men from such states lazy? Now let's go to grains. The mango grains is adjudged to be one of the best grains, a maize grain. Now, the men contribute to the cultivation of these grains. So you say they are lazy. People that produces make grains that feeds the entire nation. Let's even go to Southern Plateau. Is it Kwampan? Is it Shanda? They are known for yam. Yeah, it's men that cultivate these things.
Many will argue that it is the women who do most of the work in the farm.
No, in Plateau State, women are we don't regulate women. Women have their role to play. They have their role, even in the farming process, they have their role. But when it comes to the cultivation, the clearing, the making of ridges, these are the main work of farming. It is being done by men. In as much as there are women that does this too, but you cannot compare the percentage. Go to Lantan, granules, rice. Every market, Lantan market, you see trailers coming down, transporting, coming down to load and transport granules. These are work being done. These are cultivation that is done by men. So the term lazy, I don't know where the word laziness. Maybe they have their own definition of the concept lazy. But as for me, you don't say a state that contributes to the food basket of this nation. You don't call men from those states lazy, because they are the ones who actually goes to do cultivation of these things.
All right. Okay. Now, you've centered your talk on the farm.
Yes.
Is there any other thing that the
Okay.
average Plateau man is engaged with aside from farm?
Yeah,
farming?
sure. Yes. Like let's take another aspect we can. It's mining. The mining activities that is going on the state is going on everywhere. The mining is like a death sentence occupation. But people goes to mine. Have you been to mining sites? Have you seen what people go through to mine, to feed their family, to get income, to get a living for them, to fetch a living for themselves? Even in this mining site, those that actually does the mining, they are men. They are the one that does the digging, they goes inside the pit, bring these things out. In as much as the thing it has chain. We are not anywhere you see Plateau man, he wants to carry women along. We are known for that. So if you go to the mining site, of course you will see women, but they have their own chain. They have what they are doing when it comes to washing, cleaning of the minerals. They are the one that do. But when it comes to the real work, it's the men that do.
Recently, the state government suspend mining.
Yes.
On the plateau. Are you worried that could lead youth to other vices?
No, I'm not, because the state government, they know what they are doing as far as I'm concerned, because they have information. They have their reason why they suspended mining. They said it's leading to out of school children, it's contributing to insecurity. They have the information that I don't have. And the suspension, I think they've come up with committee and they've given them terms of reference. What the government is trying to do is to make sure that every mining site is being coordinated, well, where everybody is registered, artisan miners are known, people don't just go to sites, people don't just evade somebody's land and mine anyhow. So it's a good step, a step in the right direction as far as I'm concerned.
So now there's something that is happening within some certain communities within Plateau, especially in Jos, where you find out that some issues of theft, phone theft, and so on and so forth. So, we link that to hunger or to laziness. Some of this.
Well, if you say phone
Social
theft,
vices.
social vices happens everywhere. Social vices everywhere. In fact, when you talk of phone theft, the phone theft we experience in Plateau is not even up to what they experience in places like Lagos, big cities. So it's social vices happens everywhere. So you cannot because the social vices happens, you say people are lazy. Social vices happens everywhere. So I don't see why people will always hold on to this narrative, Plateau men are lazy. And mind you, people might want to say, you hardly see Plateau men doing transportation business, doing petty business. And these people, if you look at them, they are people that only comes to Jos, interface with people from Jos. So, as I said earlier, Jos does not constitute the entire Plateau state. And besides, there are over 40 tribes in Plateau state. If you as a person has interfaced with only one or two tribes, you cannot use one or two tribes to generalize the entire state. There are people doing bikes my people in Latin, they are the one doing bikes, they are the one doing transportation business. They are into provisions, they are selling, they are into petty trading. So because you have not interfaced with them, you have come to Jos and interfaced with some few people, you just generalize and said people from Plateau. There are people in Shandam, there are people in Kwampan selling their product, selling their product down to Lagos State. There are people doing all this business across.
So are you considering the fact that within Jos there are more lazy people
I'm not saying they are more lazy people. What I'm trying to say is this is a state capital. It's a state capital where people comes all over the state to scramble with the few, and just as few opportunity. People comes to just scramble for these few opportunities. So it is few people that get hold of this opportunity, while majority are left behind, and the majority are still trying to find their feet. So at the process of finding my feet, you cannot tell me I'm lazy. The fact that you see me, I'm still trying to find my feet. It doesn't constitute that I'm lazy. Probably maybe there are things that people, this narrative, I can still say there are people that genuinely wants to see Plateau youth grow. They want to see Plateau youth engage in this. They want to see Plateau youth do this, do things for them. You understand? But there are some that this narrative is just, I don't think, it's just pure. I think it comes out from just pure hatred and greed for themselves. Because if you don't feed, if you really want to see, it's not. I think from that perspective, it's not laziness. Perhaps you might say, okay, the Plateau men that they have met, they want to be contented, and there's something about Plateau people. Plateau people, they are contented with what they have. Plateau man is always contented with what he has. He doesn't chase after the shark. He doesn't. That is the reason why you see few. There's no report of ritual killing in Plateau State. You hardly see report of ritual killing, fraud, Yahoo, all these things. That is why you see people come to the state. They find the state very conducive. Why do you think people come to the state and find the state very conducive? It's because of these other vices that is taking place in other places. It's less. In fact, it doesn't exist. So do they want people to start people start involving in ritual killing to make money, that before you consider people to be hardworking?
Even though in the recent development, there are quite one or two cases where it's been alleged that some people try to use others for ritual activities. And should we say that the state is getting infiltrated?
Yeah, well, yes, your state will always get infiltrated, whether by good people, because it's a state. People come here to work. People get from outside the state, they get job opportunity, they come to work. So different set of people, you find different set of people coming to the state. But notwithstanding, you cannot still compare the level of which these things happen in other places to Plateau State. We can go months without hearing reports of somebody being killed for ritual purposes in this state. But it doesn't happen like that in other states. So does it mean that because people don't involve themselves in these vices, it means they are lazy? They are not lazy. People are contented with what they have. They want to manage their life with what they have. They don't want to trample on people's lives. They don't want to take people's lives to some.
The average Plateau man is contented.
Yes, he's always contented. He doesn't want to be in competition with anybody. He wants to get his daily bread and live.
So looking at the recent thing that was happening on the social media regarding the girl that was interviewed, and she was asked what is Plateau known for, and her reaction was Plateau people or Plateau youth are known for laziness. What is your reaction to that?
Well, as for the lady, there might be personal reason for her to say that. Something about most women. They feel entitled to people's money. So probably she has find herself in a relationship where the guy don't give her money. Yeah, maybe probably the guy is not spending luxuriously on her. She feels no, and she has seen somebody else doing it for her friend, so she doesn't want to even consider that. Even if my friend, somebody is spending luxuriously on my friend, where is the person getting the money from? You see, they don't want to know the source of your income. They just want to see you spend. They just want to see you spend and say, oh, this guy is working. They see you spending. They don't want to know whether the money is coming from a good source. As long as you are spending money, to them, that's hard work.
Perhaps she has met a lot of people that are very, very lazy, and she feels safe to conclude that everyone is lazy, especially the young people on the plateau.
She has met many.
However, I think that conclusion is not safe, because personally I know that I've been to quite some states in this country, and I know that there's no place that you will not find hardworking people and of course lazy people. So I know that probably by now she'll be rethinking that. But however, I even saw a lot of people, especially the Plateau youth, tagging themselves on Facebook. Maybe you will see some of them in their farms, in their workshops, and different things like that. And then you will see there's this caption, another Plateau lazy man or another Plateau lazy guy, all this kind of stuff, including, I'm trying to remember his name, who just commissioned Chilas recently, Chief Kefiano. I saw him with the governor. He posted on his page and he said another 2 lazy Plateau youth, And trust me, I know just people know how to catch fun with things like this. But however, I think we as the people, or in Plateau, need to also, I feel, what she said, she might be right in her own opinion. But the fact that she made it look like it is, generic, is just, everyone, I think that's where the issue is. But I think for the average Plateau person, he needs to wake up too. Because I think somebody would say we are not really capitalizing the opportunities that we have. Do you think so?
Yes, I think so, and I believe so.
There are so many untapped opportunities.
Yes, and there are so many untapped opportunities that we can tap into. And from coming from these points that you have made, I will not say they are Plateau people that they are not. How will I put it now? I don't want to use the word lazy. That word, I don't want to use the word lazy. Probably maybe they always hold back to opportunity. Maybe they see opportunity, so they want to bounce on it. They tend to hold back. And this is if you mostly it is on the business side of it, because you hardly see Plateau person into business, and the one that is into business, it really doesn't take the business that serious. I don't know, maybe because it's due to the historical background of the Plateau man. The historical background of Plateau man is farming. It's farming. You cannot compare the economic historical background of a Plateau man with the historical background of, let's say, a Lagosian. Because, or to the Kanoris, the Hausa Fulani, because they had interface with trade. While we are here doing our farming, they already had interface doing trading. Recall the Kano granite pyramid. These granules are granules that are farmed, they were cultivated in the middle belt, north center of Nigeria, before they got transported down to those places for onward trade to the Arabs. So they are exposed to trade, leaving us behind, leaving us just doing our farming and all that. I think this contributes to why you see an average Plateau man, he doesn't want to involve in trade and business. But if you still look at it, the upcoming ones have really taken that as a challenge, and they are doing well. Plateau youth they are now innovating, they are into trade, they involve in business, and so it is to change a narrative, to change, let's say, it doesn't take 1 year for now orientational shift. It takes years. It takes years for a shift in perspective. Our parents have always been into farming. Those that are not into farming, they are into civil service. And even those that are into civil service, anywhere they are, they send money back home for people to farm for them. So anywhere a Plateau man is, you see that he wants to, whether if he doesn't even have opportunity to farm where he is, he wants to send money back home for them to farm. So that is to tell you that our economic history is rooted in farming. It's rooted in farming, it's rooted in mining. But I know there's more that we can do. The business space is not a space that everybody can venture into it. And what we need is mentorship. It's just mentorship. There are so many people that wants to go into it, but it's fear. You know something about business. No, so it's just mentorship. If there's right mentorship and there's right guide, people will go into it, and you see a lot of Plateau people coming up with business ideas. They'll be doing well in business and all of that. So there are genuine people who feels we can do more. We can increase our productivity.
Yeah.
If you are into farming, you can still do other things, because the Plateau man, when he gets something doing, he doesn't want to stretch himself to see that I can still explore this opportunity, I can still get something here. He just wants to limit himself. So those discussions we need to have.
That reminds me of something. I've heard people say that the average Plateau man doesn't like to travel out of his state. He prefers to just be within his, the confine of his geographical location. He doesn't want to go out. He doesn't want to explore. What do you have to say about that?
No, not really. There are Plateau men all over the country. Yeah. I was born and brought up in Ogun State. So if my parents they did not live, I wouldn't have been given birth over there. So I think it's the wrong notion. There are Plateau people everywhere. Like in Ogun State, I know there are a lot of Plateau people in Ogun State. Talk of Lagos, talk of Port Harcourt, there are a lot of Plateau people. The only thing is that no place like home.
Okay.
Yes, that is no place like home. Even and anywhere you go, as long as it's not your home, you know that it's not your home. Okay. You crave to go home. If you're even people that are not from Plateau State, they find it difficult to live because of the weather is conducive, the place is accommodative, there's fresh food, there's fresh vegetable, everything is fresh. Where will you get such? It's a luxury. This thing that we take for granted is a luxury in some people's places. So there are things that wants, even though you want to live, there are things that still hold you back. You understand that you don't want, but there are people that still live and they are doing well, they are doing fine all over where they are.
All right, so let's quickly look at something that is very important. Now, to be fair on that lady, she's not the first person that's made that statement over the years, right? So let's look at what is the consequence of such statement. What are the consequences that comes with such statement when that kind of narrative goes out? What is the consequence on the people of Plateau?
Yes, I think one of the consequences of such statements is that you give people that are not from the state wrong perception about people that are from the state. Wrong perception, and such perception will make people from the state to lose opportunities if people that are not from the state wants to give.
Because someone may say,
someone have said,
I heard that your people are lazy,
so
no, I don't think I can work with you.
So these are consequences of those kind of those that live, if you observe people that leave them to their fate, let them go, because your this statement, the way the lady said the statement, it's as if it's the consequence is huge. It's germane. You can make, that consequence can make me lose job opportunity because I'm from Plateau State. It can make me lose contracts because I'm from Plateau State. Somebody might want to give me a job and say, you are from Plateau State. No, you die your state. Who yes say una no dey na dey lazy. So you see some of the consequences of this statement. So it's I think people should, if people want to have genuine conversation, let them have genuine conversation about this issue. If you think you expect people from your state to do better, there are ways you can go about it. There are ways you can say these things, but not coming out back and saying, do you know what it means to say somebody's lazy? It means the person doesn't want to do anything for himself. That's what it means. Who in his right senses will not want to do anything for himself? Who? So this narrative should I want to plead with people. They should, if they have genuine conversation, you can have genuine conversation. If you want the average Plateau man, you are is into this sector, you still want him to blossom. There are people that really wants to have this conversation. That it seems Plateau people are, and I'm not seeing it from the lazy aspect. I'm seeing it from the how like the other thing I said the other time. I see it from the convenience part of it. They are contented with what they have.
Yes,
they are contented with what they have. So they don't want to stretch themselves. You understand? But we can have this conversation that you can be doing 2 jobs at a time. You can do 2 things at a time. You can stretch. You can measure your productivity alone. A job cannot measure to your productivity. Productivity is key. The fact that you are into a job doesn't mean you are giving full productivity. You can do things. You can do better. You can venture into business. You can do well. So these are conversations, and if these conversations are conversations that I think older people should have, because they are the ones that have seen it all. If you are striving, you have an opportunity, you are striving in the place, you can mentor. We need mentorship in Plateau State. That's what I think the Plateau youth are really suffering from. Mentorship. Okay, if you want to go into leadership, want to go into politics, mentorship. Those that are into business, you can mentor. They can say, okay, what do you have? What do you have to offer? Let's come on. Rather than, we can do better. Of course we can do better. But saying we are lazy, it's a no.
Okay, I think that reminds me, there was a year, if you remember, that a certain lady, if I remember very clear, who gave a narrative on the thief people, where that when a visitor visits a thief man, he will give out his wife, as for pleasure, just for like a kind of call it
hospitality.
Yeah, act of hospitality and so on and so forth. So that reminds me, and I remember as of that time, it causes a lot of issues.
Yeah, even the paramount ruler of thief, he came out to debunk it, and I think there's somebody that even sued. So the lady was sued, something like that. If I can remember. So this perception, people perception is very, 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 very. I may not have visited any. Maybe for example, I've not visited the United States, but the perception that I get will shape my opinion. It will shape my attitude, and it will shape everything around me, towards the United States. So perception is key. It's the perception you give. People will not even come and say, let me come and see. And you know how Nigerians, we will not go and say, this thing, let me go and see. No, it's the perception that people will hold on to. Just the way people hold on to the perception, justice is not, when you tell somebody and justice feels you are in the war zone. But look at justice chilling. People comes to this state and don't want to leave. There are people that comes, they wants to come and do 2 days. They end up doing 1 week. They end up doing 2 weeks. They will end up saying, and I feel look for self-contained for me for here. Before you know, because, but if they had not come, they will hold on to the perception that the place is not habitable. But the place is habitable. People comes here, people do their businesses, they go back.
Perception is very key.
It's very key
and powerful because it gives people a certain kind of impression. Now, aside from the fact that this narration of whether the average Plateau man is lazy or not, there are quite a lot of perception that follow that. And one amongst them is the fact that, because that personally I've met people who come to Plateau and they tell me things like, well, we're told that bomb is just flying up, down, everywhere. So that's an aspect of security. Now, why I'm bringing this is because I think the Plateau people or the Plateau youth need to be the driver of a positive perception.
Sure.
And I said to the person, I said, wow, he said that I was told never to come to Jos. In short, I can't count how many people I encountered who said the same thing, that we were told that everywhere is dead bodies, this and that. So don't you think that's a challenge for the Plateau person to pick up and say, look, I want to drive the right narrative over the land? Because it's not just about the lazy aspect.
Yes, it's a challenge, and I'm happy that we're in Jos now. You see that there are a lot of content creators coming up. Now. It is this content. Something about content. If you are watching content, you know where this content is coming from. So we need more people to go into this content creation, because the more people outside are seeing that these people are creating content in Jos. So if I'm creating content in Jos, if the Jos is not peaceful, will I be creating content? So the content, we need to put out content, and people need to show. You need to do more of social media posting. We have to do more social media. If you go out, you can do your recording, you can post it, you can tag you are in Jos, because when people see that, wow, there's life through your video, people will see that there is life in this city. But
so
if we keep
content creation is one of the aspects you're suggesting that we should engage in driving this positive. I think that's very correct.
Yes, and one of the things is that in as much as we can individually on our own we can do these things, I think government needs to really invest in media. I think Plateau State government needs to invest in media a lot, and I think Barrister Mutfan is doing well in the aspect of putting Plateau State in the good light, because the last time they did I think Christmas carol and it went viral. The decoration in Jos is one of the best, like that I know, in my opinion, is one of the best. So, but people outside they cannot see these things because they don't invest to showcase these things. Take a look at the last Christmas carol that was done. That event should be a national event. It should be like the Plateau State government should have invested in media, even though for them to buy time on Arise or all these big national stations. Let them stream, let people see what is happening. If people don't see anything you are trying to do, they will not take it serious. People must see these things. That look at a big, large event like this. It's happening in Jos. Event that hosted Obasanjo, event that hosted former head of state Obasanjo, former president, head of state Gowon was there. So these are events that should showcase that there's life in Plateau State. People are living normal life in Plateau State.
Yes, I think that's one aspect true that you're talking about. However, even in those things you mentioned, I have some people still, criticize the government. Is this what we are going to eat and all that? However, but from what you are saying, of course, it has its own benefits, and all that. Now, there was a time that it was alleged, that there was a bomb blast in Jos, not too long, if you remember, and very prominent, media outfit, took the news, and it was, there was a bomb blast in Jos, and there was nothing that happened. There was nothing like bomb blast anywhere. And don't you think that as a people, and especially as a government, we should have taken that serious, because those media outfits are big media outfits.
Yes.
And that is an impression. That is a narrative. Because people will be like, oh, just again, and all those kind of things. And personally, I feel that I don't know if the government have done that, or perhaps they are working on doing that. But I think they should call the attention of those media outfits and say, hey, you guys need to apologize, or you guys need to do you guys need to correct this impression that you've already sent out. Don't you think that that's very important?
Yes, I think the Plateau State government, they actually sued those media outlets. I am aware of that. They were sued, but I don't know what comes out from, because they gave them a retraction, I think within 7 or 2 weeks, for them to retract that report of bomb blast. But I don't know what happens. I don't know what happens. So that on the issue of that bomb blast, I think we ourselves, we are living in Plateau State, we need to tone down the narrative of insecurity. We have to, because it must begin with us first.
Of course,
it must begin with us. If we have not I would like to say, which word will I use now? If our people have not made this thing like a real thing, these media outlets will not report these things. It is people from even within their terminal that started saying bomb blast, posting on social media without waiting for verification. They did not verify whether this thing is true or this thing. Some people will say they are doing it for security's sake, they want to get people aware. But even if you want to, don't you think you need to wait for factual report, so that your report somebody will just go, we avoid the terminals, there's bomb blast. No source, you are not putting any source. You just wake up and just post you claim you want to save life. Don't you know your claim saying you want to save life can even endanger more life? You are endangering more life for posting a news that is not factual. At the end of the day, what happened? He discovered that it was just a leader, that something was just covered in a leader, and it was not even anything with the bomb device. So now who pays who takes the blame, who takes the perception? And that day, social media was like, oh, just again, just another. At the end of the day, the governor have to speak, they have to do rebuttal, but that means this thing has already been done.
Of course.
So we need to, as a people, in as much as we want to look out for our safety, we need to wait for verified information before we keep spreading news.
Yeah. Why this thing is very important is because you see, the narrative that the narrative that is being considered as ideal for any society or community is very important, and we need to start to correct such kind of narrative that we know is not ideal in our society, especially like this one that we just talked about, the laziness, and the one I just told you about again, the insecurity perspective. I've met a lot of people who talked about, hey, you just, in short, some even say it's a graveyard. It's a graveyard city and all those kind of stuff. Because I know there's a lot of opportunity in Jos, a lot of great people who have lived in Jos, and some have done a lot of great things. Now, if I want to mention all of them, oh, come on, we won't end this very show.
There are great people that have lived
So
in this city
so
and they
much.
have
The list
prospered in
is
it.
even endless.
Yes.
The list is endless, from entertainers,
From
footballers, ICT
singers,
guys, singers, different, fields of life, and they are doing much great things. So right now, for those of you that are watching this very podcast, I would like to know your opinion. We would like to know your opinion. What are other narratives that you've heard about the average Plateau people or Plateau State that it's not ideal, but look, this is what a lot of people believe, this is what they say, Plateau people, this and that. Please just write it in the comments section, and then let's see, and of course your opinion too on what we are discussing. That your opinion counts. Let's Talk Plateau. The show is not for us, it's for all of us. We want to see that plateau that is ideal, where we will all enjoy, live, and prosper in it. Thank you very much.